Dude. Music.
It's gone. It's over. Your need for victory.
Look at his smile. This is interesting because they like know each other's like weak spots, right? Just like Vader knew that going there was.
I have them secured inside, my lord.
Oh my god.
Myself.
See, okay, Vader knew that going there and threatening all those people was what was gonna get Obi-Wan to kind of surrender, but Obi-Wan knew what was gonna get to Vader. Like, oh, he's so blinded by Kenobi, he's not gonna see Reva coming.
Aww, that was better. That's good.
Well done.
Where's Tala?
Oh, the hug, the hug.
My gosh.
Oh my gosh, got it. Wow.
You're a great warrior, Anakin. But you'll need to prove yourself as your undoing. You overcome it. Padawan will still be here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. She's gonna go for it. Oh boy, this is it. This is it.
Against me.
That was a really bad sneak attack.
Oh yeah, it really was.
Like, why would she scream before she was gonna kill him?
No, I think he felt her coming.
Oh.
Look at this. He's not even using a weapon. He's just using the Force. Oh, Reva. Ooh.
My gosh.
He's just using the Force. Wow. He knows he's gonna kill her. Like, he knows it's done.
He's not putting, like,
man.
any effort into it. It's just, like, he's such an amazing player.
He's not.
It's, like, nothing to him.
Oh. There you go. Wow.
Wow.
Oh, I got chills from that transition.
Really believe I did not see it, youngling.
He knew. He called her a youngling. He knew.
Revenge does wonders for the boy. What is it? I'm sure it's nothing. Thank you, Rook.
Oh.
What the hell was that ending?
Did she live?
I don't know.
Like, how did she survive that? Like, why would Vader just kind of like leave her there instead of like finishing it off? Like, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure she would have been dead though, right?
I mean, but the thing is, he did to her what she did to that other Inquisitor, and he survived because he said revenge does wonders or whatever. He had that line about revenge.
She saw
like,
it
was a lot to digest.
Like,
Okay.
what is that about?
Like, she knows about the children, and does she know about Luke?
Right.
Like, does she know?
I mean,
like, I don't know how. Like, she didn't.
What is she gonna do with that?
She knows there's a boy on Tatooine.
Vader doesn't find that out.
That's what I mean.
Like, what is gonna happen with that?
I'm still digesting like
right?
the flashbacks
I love
that
the
we got
flashback,
in this
the flashbacks
from
and
like
the
Attack of the
fighting style and
Clones.
everything, and
I really liked that it seemed like it was Anakin, like it was actual Vader who was remembering all of that stuff too. Like it seemed like he was remembering that moment, and he was also remembering that. Like, and I think that it's very interesting that out of all the flashbacks that they told us, they showed us this one where they're dueling, but they're dueling in like a way that Anakin, he wants to, obviously he doesn't just want to be a Padawan anymore. He wants to become like a Jedi Knight and all of that. Like we're in Attack of the Clones era, and he just wants that outcome, right? And Obi-Wan is like, no, you're like blinded by just that, like you're blinded. And we see how that's done in this, and how well they know each other, and how he was blinded but he actually wasn't, because at the end he revealed with Reva that he knew that Reva was a youngling from Order 66.
yeah. Oh my gosh.
Like he knew, he said. And you know what, that's like a lot right there to unravel, because if you think about it, like he remembered that, so like he remembers all of the faces of that night, and like the younglings that he killed, because Order 66, they really love to like throw that down your throat. We are well aware of what happened at Order 66.
Yeah.
But that night was the real transition of Vader in a way. Like Palpatine, he gave the order, and he went and destroyed all the young Jedi because it was an end to the Jedi, right? And the fact that like he remembers, I feel like that also drives like the hatred in Vader towards himself. You know what I mean? Like the fact that he knew, like, he remembered all the kids, and how Reva, like, what a tragic story, that little girl. Like, how terrifying, like, for her to say when she's like, we thought he was there to help us.
Yeah.
And that, I think, that line just really hurts. And the guilt that she put on Obi-Wan during that conversation, like, the guilt, right? How she's like, where were you? Like, why didn't you stop him? Like, where were you? And I feel like Obi-Wan has so much guilt about what happened with Anakin and Anakin's downfall, and how he turned to the dark side and he didn't see it coming. Like he I'm sure he really feels like he could have helped him, and he tells him that in Mustafa, like at the end in Revenge of the Sith. And this was a lot of feelings. Like, I really love how well written this show is. Like, it's just so complex.
I just want the next episode.
Like, we had a feeling that Reva was going to be one of the younglings in the beginning of the show that they showed us, right? Like, or we had a feeling that the way that she knew who Anakin was because of Order 66, and we knew that there was like a story to that, because it was weird that she knew who he was, right? So I really love that was revealed, but I feel like the real shock was again that like Vader knew. I think that was the real shock, and that fight was so cool. He was just using the Force to
oh my gosh, he like
that was really cool.
It's so cool to see Vader fighting like now, because like obviously it's very different from when Vader fought in the original trilogy. So it's just so cool. To see him fight, and just how amazing, like how well choreographed like they make the fights and stuff, and it was so good. But can we talk about how just ridiculous her plan was on killing him? Like, she literally went up but like behind him. It was like, ah! It was like a lightsaber. Like, he's gonna sense you coming. She had to be a little bit more sneaky than that.
Yeah. Did she make the noise after? I think she made it after he turned around.
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like that could have been done better.
Yeah, you think it's like she trained her whole life for that moment, right?
Yeah.
And for it to just be gone. But like,
I feel like he had to be more distracted when she did that.
Yeah. I feel like this episode really showed us how connected Anakin and Obi-Wan are with each other. And we really see that obviously in the flashback. I keep talking about the flashback. I am like stunned that I got that flashback.
I want to like rewatch all those, yeah.
But I feel like when you think about it, how well they knew each other. Like, you know, we said this in episode 3, how Vader was killing these innocent people in a way to lure out Obi-Wan and lure him out, because he knew Obi-Wan is he's a great Jedi. He's not gonna let innocents die. Like, that's against what he believes. It's against everything, you know.
Mhm.
But so he knew that was a way to get him out in episode 3, and then we see it again in this episode where he's coming down and he's like, no, Kenobi is ours. He won't let these people die. He will surrender, right? And Obi-Wan does surrender, and Obi-Wan knew that Vader was gonna know too, because they know each other's weaknesses, you know, like, and they know each other so well and how their minds work, because they were brothers. They were like best friends, and Obi-Wan raised Anakin, you know, like, they have such a strong partnership, and because of that, they know each other's weaknesses. And just like he knew that Obi-Wan knew that Vader's blind spot was going to be that revenge for Obi-Wan, right? And that he wasn't going to see Reva coming. But the twist was that he did, and he learned, kind of. And
yeah, that's so
it was
crazy.
really good. It was so good. Even like the battling, like the battling, like how they were fighting back then. Like, oh man, like, because last time we saw them like actually fight,
I bet that was
like,
so
Ewan
cool for
and
them to
Hayden
film.
was Mustafa. Like, that was the last like real battle. Yeah.
That's why I bet that scene, like, that
I feel like there's oh my god,
like,
I need
probably
to like, go
amazing
look.
for them to film together. I want to see like behind the scenes.
Yeah, they did a really great job with that. I know. There was a purpose to it too. It like ended up tying into our current plot, you know? Like, it was just
yeah, that was so well done the way it went back and forth. It was like so well written.
We should talk about Tala. How sad was that? That was really
really sad. I really loved her. I mean, kind of figured that it was going to happen because she's not in anything else. But yeah, it was definitely really sad. I liked the way that she ended up like sacrificing herself though, and she ended up like using the explosive. But it was just so sad the way that it was done, and the giant like droid robot was like on top, like also falling, and it was like both of them together. Very, very sad.
It reminded me so much of Rogue One.
Yeah.
And like,
you know, I've only seen literally all that it is like people dying and sacrificing.
I mean,
yeah.
Yes, but like that's war, you know, like that's war, and the Empire was so evil. People died for this cause. Like, I feel like there's such a war overtone in Star Wars, and you know, it has such great characters, and that's why the war is so much more impactful when you watch, because you're so attached to the characters, and it brings everything to life. Like, listen, Rogue One is probably one of the most depressing Star Wars movies. Like, it just, even though it ends like in a happy note, it's like a sad story. But
yeah, it's definitely my least favorite.
That moment when she sacrificed herself, it reminded me. Yeah, it reminded me a lot of Rogue One when she sacrificed herself. Like, Disney has been doing such a great job with showing us how powerful and how cool Darth Vader is. Like, that scene in this episode when he was taken down the ship with the Force. That was wild. That was
yeah.
I like how even though he brought the ship down, there was like the other ship, like it was kind of like a trick, because like I think that they know each other so well. Like, they know each other's weaknesses, and
that's why it's so hard for them to like,
and it's like been like this
other. Like, they can't, like, both of them are just so like used to the way that one another thinks and the way that they fight, which makes it so much more interesting to see them like go at each other.
They're so smart. Like, they're both so smart. And I thought it was really sad when there's like that scene when Reva's at the door and she says, well, like, I want to kill Vader. Do you want Anakin dead? because Reva was a youngling, but she saw how close Obi-Wan and Anakin were, I'm sure. So she knows of the history there.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really interesting that she asked that question and Obi-Wan couldn't answer. And like it just really hurts because like he doesn't kill him.
Because it's like Obi-Wan doesn't want Anakin dead, he wants Vader dead. Like,
yeah.
Oh, it's
yeah,
so...
exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like he probably remembered what Padme said, because Padme's last words were, "There's still good in him." And I think he remembers that, you know, he remembers, like, I'm sure in the back of his mind, he's thinking, what if there's good in him? What if Anakin is still there? Even though this guy threw him in the fire, like, it was a nasty
right? No mercy.
But it was still, yeah. And like at the end of the day, Obi-Wan doesn't kill Vader. Vader kills him technically. But yeah, I just, oh man, I can't get over the flashbacks, and seeing Hayden be Anakin again was just
I love it.
Like seeing him actually like be Anakin, like, because this is the first, like, we saw his face,
but to like hear him,
when
and
they gave us kind of like that flash, that where like that hallucination of like Anakin, like, but for him to like smile and be like teasing with Obi-Wan, like that was just really, really well done. Something that I really loved that they showed in this episode was Leia hugging Obi-Wan. I thought that was really nice, because
that was really cute.
Like if you think
Leia
about
did
it,
awesome in this episode.
when was the last time? Yeah, no, but if like, it's really emotional for me to think about how Obi-Wan probably has never had a hug in like 10 years, and the first person to hug him is Anakin's daughter. That's a lot of emotions right there to think about. Like, how much love did Obi-Wan really get? But yeah,
let us know what you guys thought down below, and we're excited for the finale next week.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.